Hi everyone, my name is Ben, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S22, and here are my thoughts on it as an iPhone user. Now, the very first thing that comes out super nicely about this phone is just how good it feels in the hand. It's a really nice size, and the way that the sides are a little bit curved but also somewhat angular makes it so it fits in your hand really nicely and has a good shape to it. Now, coming from the iPhone 12 mini, the 12 mini is a lot more sharp around those edges, so you feel it more in your hand. And I really appreciate in the S22 how there's somewhat of a curve there that makes it so it's more comfortable in the hand. Now, a lot of Android reviewers and fans will say this is a compact phone. Now, coming from the 12 mini, it clearly isn't the most compact phone around, but it can it can fit comfortably in the hand without a case. As soon as you add a case, it starts to become a little bit unwieldy. But if you're looking for a small phone in 2023, you can't get too much smaller than this. Now, moving on to the camera, something that I really liked about this phone was just the quality of the camera experience. Now, I'm going to just show some sample pictures here. I'm also going to bring them up on my iPhone 12 mini with some pictures that I took, and we're going to look at them. So you can see here, it's going to be hard to tell from the camera angle that you have, but just the difference in the color reproduction here. The 22 on the left here has a much nicer, warmer color profile than the 12 mini, which kind of washes out here in the colors and in the dark area. I think the 22 overall puts out a much nicer shot than the iPhone. And I would dare even say on the front camera as well, there's more natural looking colors from the S22 versus the 12 mini. So that's something to consider with this phone it has an amazing camera, and I'd say it's better than the iPhone 12 mini. But something to think about is if you open up Snapchat, you're not gonna have the same level of app support that the iPhone will have. So I took some Snapchat selfies and they were absolutely horrendous. I have better selfies from the iPhone 10 through Snapchat. So a lot of these social media network apps, you're not going to have such an impressive camera experience as you would have on an iPhone. The next thing to think about with this phone is the biometrics. Now, this is a really solid fingerprint scanner on it, but it's not perfect. You can see if I have it slightly at angle, it takes a few attempts, so you really have to know exactly where you're putting your finger. There's a lot of times where I just kind of struggled with it, and it would take a few times to get the fingerprint to finally go through. But a huge benefit with this phone is similar to the iPhone or the Pixel 7, you're able to unlock with just your face. So I'm able to just turn it on and unlock it without even more than just a look at it. So that's a big improvement. Another thing about this phone that's nice is just the level of the performance on it. You have an 120 hertz display. Things look smooth. The gestures and everything really comes across smoothly, especially with One UI 5 and Android 13 on it. So it's a really smooth and nice experience. And even though the iPhone on paper has more performance behind it, it's really in actual use, it's really quick, and it's just a good phone to be on. One thing I did notice about the phone right off the bat was the haptics weren't nearly as nice or as strong as the iPhone was. But after I went into settings and I actually changed one of the settings, I think it's somewhere in here with sounds and vibration, but I was able to turn up the vibration intensity, and that made it a bit nicer all around. But still, even when just kind of it's sitting in your pocket or whatever, it's not quite as strong as haptic feedback as I have from my Pixel 4 or even my iPhones. So that is something to think about. But overall, I think this is really a fantastic phone. You get a lot of value. If we look it up on eBay, you can see that they sell for just around $370 or so, $315. This one in particular was an unlocked model, and it was only $380, and it's in good shape for what it is. And I would say there's not a lot of differences between this and the Galaxy S23. I say go for an S22 with how much that this has. I think the only thing that's really going to hold you back from enjoying this phone is the battery life, which tends to be a little bit weak on this phone. It's definitely better than the 12 mini, which wasn't incredible in its own right. But you're going to have to probably top it off on some of your longer days. Right now, I'm sitting at 75%, and I'm about halfway through my day, so that's pretty solid. But I'm a relatively light user, so if you're a heavy user, you're probably going to have some difficulties with this phone. But all in all, I think it really is. It's a lot of fun to be on the S22 after being on the iPhone for so long. Just enjoying the always on display, enjoying the 120 hertz screen after being on 60 hertz for so long. There's a lot here, and there's a lot of value for the $380 or so that you can find it for on eBay or Amazon. And the only thing that's holding me back from really loving the phone and really giving it all of my heart, I think, is the software experience. While it is enjoyable, while it is a good overall experience, it just doesn't have the level of refinement, especially when you get into the third-party apps that you get on the iPhone. And I think that really shows. I mean, with the big apps, with the really popular apps, you're going to have a decent experience. But overall, once you get into the apps that you use on the daily that aren't quite as popular, you're going to notice some quality differences between the iPhone and what you have on Android. So all in all, I think it's a great value. I don't think you can do much better than this on the Android side with the phone in 2023. And if you can find it for a good deal on eBay or Amazon, I say go for it. It's a beautiful phone. The camera is amazing, and you really can't go wrong with this. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please let me know below what you thought, and if you have any commentary to help me improve my channel, I appreciate it. Have a good one.